The next thing I want to talk about in terms of boosting your health are organic food grade vitamins and minerals. So I talked about that process of your body detoxifying, and I use that analogy of I love Lucy in the chocolate factory, and she's taking the chocolates off the conveyor belt and putting them in the box. Now, your body, your liver, your kidneys, and all aspects of your body, in order to run its detoxification factory, needs inputs. And those are the inputs that are going to take a toxic chemical and break it down until your body can eliminate it, whether it's through your lungs, through your sweat, through your urine, through your menstrual blood, whatever. I mean, anything that your body is excreting, any body fluid or whatnot, is a potential way for your body to get rid of toxic chemicals. But it needs inputs to do that, to break those chemicals down to a form that they can leave your body. And those inputs come from the nutrients in our food and from, like clean air we breathe and things like that. We are, because I mentioned before, it's already given that all of us deal with toxic chemicals in our lives. They're kind of omnipresent. We need a lot of these inputs, and we need more than what our food can provide at this point. We also have issues with our food. The nutrients in our food. Our food is not as nutritious as it was in the past. You may have heard this before. I'm guessing a lot of you who are attending this conference might have heard stuff like this before. But also, even if our food was sort of maximizing our nutrition, we still need more, because we just have so many synthetic chemicals to deal with in our lives. So I right away started taking vitamins and minerals 3 times a day. So things that they say take once daily, I was taking 3 times a day to give my body that support, so that constantly it had enough to detox. And I didn't take it all at once, because then I would pee out things that my body wasn't using right away. I just took it 3 times throughout the course of the day, so that constantly my body could grab those inputs, all right, and start and detox. And that helped a lot too. I picked organic and I picked food grade, because those vitamins and minerals are much more available. They're much more bioavailable to your body. That's my recommendation. If you can't afford that, start with what you can afford, but up your vitamin and mineral intake significantly, and space it out throughout the day. My favorite brand, my choice is Garden of Life. They're organic food grade. I do the B complex, very important. I do the vitamin C. I do the multivitamin. I do the vitamin D. I do the calcium. I have to do the iron personally, but a lot of people with chronic illness tend to be anemic. So, all of that is helpful for me and may be helpful for you. So look at those things, test it out, see how it's working for you. While I'm on the topic of food and vitamins, this is a lovely picture there of nice, colorful food spectrum you should be eating. I hope you've already gleaned that from other people in this conference, and will continue to do so. The importance of getting fresh and fruits and vegetables and diversity of those foods. But I also want to talk about water. Water is very important, clean water. As I mentioned, the biggest sort of pollutant of our day right now is PFAS, forever chemicals, and we already have initial water testing results around the country. There is a lot of contamination. I just highly suggest that you invest in a water filter that handles PFAS, and a lot don't. I've been relying on a refrigerator water filter, and that water filter does not handle PFAS. So I have invested in one that does. I find that to be very important, especially because those chemicals are very, very, very long-lived in the body. So water, very, very important to get clean water. I hope you're drinking water from filter. Just the chemicals used to treat the water, so that, and by the water utility, are a lot for your body to handle. But then you're going to get pesticides in the water. You're going to get basically, we're at the point where, like, the medications that people take and are peeing out end up in our water supply, and the wastewater people are not capable. They don't have the capacity yet and are not filtering that stuff. So we end up drinking it. So highly, highly recommend that you filter your water. So food, water, and then and the soil obviously is part of that. But let me also mention air. I know a lot of people live in areas with air quality challenges. If I recommend just getting an air filter to deal with that. And I know that what I'm telling you, some of these things are adding up as expenses. However, if you think about the expenses of going to the doctor, of going to the hospital, of doing labs, of ending up going to specialists that don't take insurance, this is going to be a major investment in your health and just a fraction of the cost that you will experience if you get sick. And then you might not even be able to, make it to work to pay for those things. So some of these things sound expensive, but they're, the huge investments for me, I would say, are the vitamins, the water filter, the air filter. And if you, want to eat meat, dairy, those get expensive when they're super clean. So you probably want to reduce those. But then I do want to reiterate that there are a lot of things you can do to simplify your life. Buy less plastic stuff. Just put on some oil as moisturizer. Buy simple soap and use that. You don't need all these fancy products. Your skin is still going to look great. Your teeth are still going to look great. Whatever it is, your hair can still look great with very, very simple, natural, and cheap, very affordable solutions. Okay. And there's plenty of information out there on the internet, and I've given you some options for that as well.